Hi, I'm playing catch up today because I didn't post one of these on Sunday. This might be a pretty short video, but thought I would at least keep the habit up of posting these. So we're still in the midst of the third pass on the demo content. We're injecting art. I think that's kind of where we were at last time, but we're further along in that process. There's only a few more art assets of consequence that we have to recreate or improve. And it's looking like we're still going to be able to release the demo at the end of the month, which is great. I'm looking forward to seeing what people think and getting some more feedback on that. One of the things that we've been working on is these two characters, Tillingast and Demi. I'm pretty happy with where they're at. We're closing in on some things in the game that I didn't really expect to achieve. I think in my head for a long time when I was working on this project alone, I thought of these characters as being sort of generic ghosts. You know, I was even considering just having like a particle effect to represent them, like the sprite in Zelda or whatever. But I'm pretty happy with what we've been able to do so far, and I think with animation and all that, it'll really come together. So this is Tillingast. He's the more twisted of the two. He's kind of looks like a dead fetus or something, and then he's got a parasite on his back. And actually, it's not necessarily a parasite. It's definitely a symbiotic creature of some sort, but it's unclear whether it's benefiting him or harming him, or whether he would even be able to exist independently from it. And that'll kind of be discussed in the story. This is Demi. She's got the same type of creature on her, but she's embraced hers more. She kind of is more comfortable with her lot in life with this creature attached to her than Tillingast is, and the reasons for that will become clearer over the course of the game. But I think it reads pretty well just looking at these two models. To me, he looks like he's more tortured, and she's sort of comfortable with her situation, as strange as that situation is. So visually, these characters are coming together pretty well. Mike Lawler did the models, and then Nick Huck is working on animation for these characters. Right now, he's done a test idle animation for Demi, and we're in the process of getting rigs working for these characters. The models were retopologized by Mike and should accept a rig pretty well. And then there's specific scenes that will hopefully have custom animations for. This is just a quick concept art that Mike threw up for the beginning of the game. Demi is incapacitated because she collided with a force field, and so it'll just be her symbiote flying around and sort of dragging her, dangling from it, while she's semi-conscious. And so there's the animation side of that, and then also dialogue, which I'm writing for the story. So I'll show you kind of how that system works. Hopefully the two together will yield something pretty cool narratively. The dialogue system in the game is really straightforward because the player doesn't give inputs. It's not like there's a dialogue trees where you're selecting choices in an RPG or that kind of thing. It's more just Demi and Tillingast talking back and forth, and then as you do things in the game, they'll react to that, or their opinion of you will sort of change based on what you do in the game. So how that's set up in Unity, I have a parent object for a given dialogue sequence, and it has this dialogue sequence script attached to it that I wrote at some point, and basically underneath that in the hierarchy there are going to be a bunch of children objects for different dialogue chunks of dialogue. So we can attach different events to those, and eventually different animations. And right now the dialogue is just a line of text, but eventually that will have audio, and we'll have the text display for the length of the audio file and that kind of thing. But what's nice about this is just for mocking up dialogue in the game, it's super easy to add new lines, because I just create a new object, and whatever, if I want this to be, right now it's Tillinghast is speaking. There's only going to be the two characters in this first game at least, so I could set it to Demi, then just for clarity I would change that to D, and then it'll automatically know that because Demi's speaking, it'll use the Demi subtitle in the heads-up display, and the text color will change and things like that. So could have Demi say "woohoo" for no reason in the middle of this dialogue sequence. So now when we play the game, that woohoo should be obvious. But just to show you how easy it is to add new lines and things like that. And then I can customize the duration of. Oh, why is it not working? Okay, classic. Okay, dialogue sequence trigger. Oh, okay. Check this out. I had my trigger wasn't in the right place, so my character didn't actually hit it. That's what you get for modifying something right before you record a video, but hopefully it'll work this time. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I hit the trigger, character shows up. So wait for that woohoo. She's horizontal here because that's the placeholder for what she looks like when she's incapacitated after her force field encounter. Yeah, okay, there we go. Really easy to insert that new line. That wasn't a flawless execution, but hopefully you guys get the point. And so my job right now is to rewrite a lot of this dialogue, or not rewrite it, but revise it and make it clear in the context of the demo. Whereas before it was kind of, I don't know, I think maybe it was overly minimalistic and it was kind of hard to follow the story. So I'm expanding that where necessary, and hopefully that'll all be good by the end of the month. All right, thanks for watching.